friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today for this love reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of February 2022. Okay, let's get started and see what are the major themes around love for Scorpio in the month of February. For Scorpio, please. Love messages for February for Scorpio. Never-ending story and to the sea. I love to the sea. This is one of my favorite cards. It really speaks about coming into alignment and really, within your perspective on how you view things, like really coming into an idea of going with the flow and not resisting things and questioning how you view things in the first place to see if you're in resistance or if you're going with the flow. Now, never-ending story makes me think that maybe you're not going with the flow because something is looping. Something keeps coming up in the same way to try to teach you something. And to the sea, again, is really about getting into flow. On the bottom of the deck, did I grab to this? Oh, I grabbed the bottom of the deck already. Flexible, we'll take it, why not? I can't remember if I grabbed I think I did already grab the bottom of the deck, but flexible. So you may need to be more flexible to go with the flow, right? Flexibility, adaptability, sort of releasing the need to control things, because right now you're in a loop, Scorpio, you're looping. Now let's grab a Lenormand card to see if we can sort of get further clarification or confirmation on this. What Lenormand card will you receive, Scorpio? Whip. Okay, the Whip card, my friends. When you see the Whip come up, it's really a time to look at sort of organizing yourself. The Whip is really an energy that can suggest it's time to look at something in a different way, to organize it. There may be something that there's a conflict here, right? Like that could be what this never-ending story is about. This never-ending story is a never-ending conflict, a never-ending argument, a never-ending discussion. And it's almost like this needs to be addressed. And you may need to sort of stop trying to control it with flexibility. Like this flexibility message suggests to me that you can't really control it. You're going to have to look at it and almost allow shifts to happen. Scorpio, I can't help but feel like the to the sea message with never-ending story, flexibility, and this Whip card, it really makes me feel like you're maybe hanging on to something that is no longer for you, or you're pursuing something relentlessly without realizing that maybe it's not happening for a reason, or there is just a circular conflict that you keep going round and round around with, that once you come into flow with it, I think you're going to see that it needs to be let go. That's what I'm sort of feeling. Let's jump into the tarot cards here and see what messages we receive for Scorpio about this never-ending story, maybe a never-ending conflict or discussion that just doesn't seem to go anywhere. Yep. First of all, this is your card, Scorpio. Death is represented. This death card represents Scorpio in tarot. The transformational power of this card it's like life and death. It's night and day. You are shifting. You are transforming. Something needs to be let go of. And I feel like it's a never-ending story because I can't help but feel like maybe you're hanging on. You're hanging on, or you need to sort of allow this to flow away, or to, oh, that's too many. This is interesting. Let's keep going here. Wow, but you are being called to go with the flow and to be adaptable and flexible. And with that death card, I feel like you're being guided to allow the transformation of this. And I have a feeling you're hanging on. I feel like you're hanging on. The Fool. You're on a path here of something brand new. And you are being guided to take a leap of faith. To take a leap of faith and let this go. Let this die. Let this never-ending story end. Let it end. Let it end. There's something new on the horizon for you. There's new celebrations, there's new people, there's new relationships. There's something that is along a new path for you. This path has to, you got to let this end. I can't help but feel like you're hanging on, Scorpio. You got to let it go. That's the guidance of this reading, is to let that go, because there's a moment of celebration on a new path for you. Queen of Cups, something needs your love, forgiveness, compassion, empathy. And I feel like you're all tied up. When I see the Queen of Cups in reverse, I can't help but think that you're all tied up and twisted with your emotions. And that makes me look at the Whip card to think the Whip is tying you up. Like you're all tied up with this never-ending story. You need to release yourself from this never-ending story. There's the Page of Swords in reverse. So my friends, oh, hang on, that crystal fell over. Crystal down. When we see the Page of Swords in reverse, it's often a time where we're going to go a new way. And that way is often more imaginative than the way that we have gone traditionally. The other sort of vibe that the Page of Swords in reverse gives me is because it's a page. It's very young, right? It's very young. So this card often makes me think, any of the pages makes me sort of reflect back on the inner child. And so seeing the Page of Swords in reverse indicates to me that maybe there is a wounded inner child here, and that wounded inner child is making the decisions, calling the shots. So perhaps that is the reason you can't let this never-ending situation go, because it's actually sort of a wound that the inner child has of maybe there's something here feeding that inner child, right? And it could be that there's some sort of something within the communication, right? Because it's swords. It's almost like you could be more imaginative about something like a child, but you're sort of, with that innocence, right? But at the same time, that innocence doesn't work well in situations where there's a lot of interpersonal conflict or people speaking in a hurtful way. You may be reacting to sort of like misspoken words, hurtful words. It almost feels like there could be a misunderstanding here, but that you're hanging on to it, I think, because it's feeding some kind of inner child wound, and it's not part of today. And I think that's why this is being pushed into transformative energy, because it's going to be a never-ending story. This is a call out for you to heal that inner child. And because this is a love reading, I can't help but think that this could be a relationship that it's just not serving you anymore. This could be a reading about letting something go in love, right? There could be a relationship here, Scorpio, that's just not serving you anymore. Yep. It's time to get into your canoe and get distance from this mentally and physically. I always think of the Six of Swords as needing mental and physical break. I need a time out, and I need to get distance from what just happened and what's happening. You need to heal from this, and that's what's going to transform you, is getting distance from this. This isn't serving you anymore, Scorpio. It's time for this to end. Look at the King of Cups. There's the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Fool. So, I mean, this is saying to start your new journey, I feel like you have to rise above these emotions that are triggering your inner child. You almost need to love that inner child and comfort your inner child, because you're moving towards a transformative experience where there will be celebration with new friends. There will be celebration through you going with the flow and being flexible and ending patterns that just keep looping. And this is a love reading. So I feel like there's relationships here that Scorpio has to walk away from. There's the King of Wands. It's almost like you're going to manifest these new relationships once you get into alignment with that energy. And I can't help but think that you're moving towards that now. And that, again, on the heels of the new moon that just passed, it's like, are you opening up Perhaps you are more flexible. Perhaps you are going with the flow, and that's what's making these relationships, or this relationship, if you're thinking of one in specific, feel like it's got to go, because it's you're no longer in alignment with it. Queen of Cups in reverse, I feel, is related to that inner child, and there we go. Ace of Pentacles. There's a new beginning here, a beautiful new beginning for your identity. Right now, you are identifying with that hurt inner child, and you're interpreting everything through the lens of that inner child who's wounded. So I feel like when you sort of cut your ties, or cut your whip, right? Cut the whip to these situations that you're all tangled in, that don't serve you anymore. I feel like that's going to lead to a brand new beginning. Right? And we see that with the Death card here, by you getting distance from these things that don't serve you anymore, and healing and getting physical and mental distance from them. And this Ace of Pentacles, what a beautiful, beautiful card for you to receive. I really feel like there's a new beginning here. The Fool. You got to rise above those emotions, though. Those emotional triggers need healing. What's on the bottom of the deck? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So that's really a call for you to ground, that you need grounding. You need to be really connected to yourself and your day-to-day life, to see where things are out of balance, where you need more flow, where you need more flexibility, where things are looping and they need your attention. This is a call for mindfulness, and a call for a new way of doing things. And it's in challenge right now, I think, because we're working on it, right? We're working towards this. Now, what are the love messages here for Scorpio? What are the messages here about love? I really think you're starting over. So you're letting go of previous beliefs around love, and you're adopting new ones. Very, very interesting. The water signs, I feel, are transitioning through this reading in February. The water signs, yeah, pay attention to red flags. Exactly. Where are the loops? Where are the red flags? Where are the repeating patterns that don't serve you, Scorpio? This is what you're being called to focus on in February with respect to love. And the bottom of the deck, you deserve love. So you are lovable. You deserve love. And there are signs around you showing you where there are imbalances right now, where things aren't serving you right now. And it's interesting, because I can't help but think that this is a big moment for Scorpio. This is transformative. And it's interesting. I say this is transformative, and my eyes went to this card on the bottom of the deck, which is Transfiguration. Right? This is all shifting, and it's shifting because you're going to shift on the inside. I feel like something has come to shift Scorpio into healing. You're being called to go with the flow. You're being called to love your inner child. You're being called to end any sort of never-ending stories that keep looping around, not getting anywhere. And there's Transfiguration again with love yourself. Beautiful. Oh, Scorpio. Yeah, this is gorgeous. And I love that the Death card is here, because it represents you. So this is an inner journey. We've got the Fool card there. So you've got to take that leap of faith to sort of trust yourself, trust your instincts, heal and love that inner child, so that you can rise above these emotional triggers and start manifesting what you really deserve. Trust. Card 34. Trust. You've got to trust yourself. Trust those instincts. Take that leap of faith and witness the things that are going to shift. Now, both of these cards reduce to the number 7. So this isn't going to be an easy road. You've got 52 and 34. Trust and witness. So I feel like you're going to be going through some major shifts. And, oh, I have to show you this one too. Uniqueness. Uniqueness. You are unique. Your journey will be unique. These never-ending stories, I think, reflect a part of you that is acting through the wounded inner child. And I feel like once you love that inner child into healing, you are going to completely transform. And You're really being called to being mindful to everything that's going on around you here and to pay attention to those red flags. See where there are loops that aren't serving you, because those got to go, my dear Scorpio. Yeah, more flow to the sea. You got to get into your alignment here. Sever these things. Sever this whip, right? Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. If this has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, check out my website, blueroseenergyhealing.com, or you can send me an email. Email and link to website are in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching here on YouTube. And we will see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, my friends.